so wonderful this evening. How are you all doing? My name is Ron Bryant. I'm with Bounce 23 TV. Perhaps you've had the opportunity to see my program, Conversations with Ron Bryant, 8 p.m. on Sundays on Bounce 23 TV. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the inaugural UNCF Masked Ball. Put your hands together for yourselves, everyone. I am so honored to join you this evening. On behalf of the students served by the UNCF, thank you for being here. Your support is life-changing. You will hear a great deal this evening on the difference that your contribution makes to help kids go to college. This evening, you can also continue to support and win one of two great prizes, the Hollywood Casino Final Cut gift basket, or a pair of tickets to the UNCF Masked Ball for 2018. Isn't that wonderful? All right. If you haven't purchased your raffle tickets, there are two volunteers moving around. I know they're out there somewhere. It's kind of hard to see them, but I know they're out there and they're moving around. They have plenty of tickets for you. They're only $10 a pop. That's how we like to say it, $10 per. Raise your hands and they'll come your way and take care of you. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Miss Natalie Coles. Yeah! She's the Area Development Director from UNCF. We are the United Negro College Fund.
Good evening. Thank you, Ron, for your introduction, and thank you to everyone for joining us this evening. We have a wonderful evening in store. UNCF was established in 1944 to help young people receive a college education. Now this is a little casual, I'm going off script, but I would like to know who in this audience is like myself, the very first person in their family to graduate. Will you please stand? Stand up now. You all truly understand how important our work is. We have lofty goals. We are an ambitious organization founded over 73 years ago so that young people can get the college education that they so deserve. We know that it's harder now than ever for kids of color to get to and through college. Thank you for being here this evening and joining in our work. You are truly part of the UNCF family. Thank you. My pleasure to welcome to our stage a UNCF Morehouse man committed to young people here in Columbus. Please welcome Dr. Charles Montgomery, pastor of Vineyard Columbus's East Campus. Dr. Montgomery.
Thank you so much, Natalie. This is a community event, so in the spirit of community, would you extend your hands outward and take the hand of the person next to you? Would you slant your eyelids downward and slant your spirits upward as we prepare to pray? Our Lord and our God, we come to you this evening, standing under the auspicious cloud of your grace. For it is your grace and mercy that has brought us thus far along the way. And we're here, Lord, because along the way, you taught us the power of organizing by supporting great organizations like the UNCF. We thank you for your timeless theme that reminds us that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Because now, Lord, we live during a time where arguments are made that investing in the education of people of color are no longer relevant. And there are those who have the unmitigated gall to argue for the unconstitutionality of HBCUs in these United States. Well, we come before you today, Lord, with united by hands and with uplifted hearts to herald a great truth. And the truth is that history is a long story of the fact that when we invest so that the minds of the people of color can matriculate to the hallowed halls of higher education, that we are indeed sowing into good ground. A ground that has yielded leaders, not just for black people, but for all people. Whether it was a hidden figure like Katherine Johnson, who calculated flight trajectories that launched humankind in and out of orbit, or even Oprah Winfrey, who herself is one of a kind. Or Dr. King, who share his dream for all of us to become a beloved community. We decree and declare that we are sowing tonight on good ground. And so, Lord, because you are the same, yesterday, today, and forevermore, we pray that you would do it again. That you would transform this diverse group of corporate sponsors and individuals into a community of faith, who sows in faith that our investment tonight will not return void, but instead yield a new generation who is educationally able, politically astute, socially active, and globally in tune. So bless our efforts, bless this event, bless this food, that it might strengthen us to help strengthen others. In the righteous, ruling, and rich name of your name we pray. Amen.
It's my great honor to welcome to the stage a passionate supporter of the UNCF and a gentleman who's who within our city. This man and the company he represents has been investing in the UNCF for over 35 years. And when Natalie asked for his support this year, he doesn't hesitate. Please welcome a true believer in education, diversity, and a drummer in his own right, Mr. Nick Akins, Chairman, President, and CEO of American Electric Power. He keeps the lights on, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everyone. I actually I just want to say, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. There is no question in my mind, when the stage is half full of drums and percussion, I'm going to have a great time. There is no question about it. First of all, I want to say good evening. What a wonderful evening. We're having this first inaugural ball of UNCF here in Columbus and Central Ohio. So I want to thank all of you for taking the time to attend tonight, really to support our youngsters in college, and certainly from a student perspective. There's no question in my mind, I grew up in a lower socioeconomic income family, and education was the key for all three of us. I didn't stand up as the first, but my sister was the first. We were the first in our generation. Our parents certainly reinforced the value of education, but we couldn't have done it without the support that we had from either scholarships or others to help us and guide us through college. And that's where UNCF comes in. There is no question that when UNCF steps in and helps a student matriculate through college and get a degree, you're not only changing that student's life, but you're changing the family, their family, and also generations to come. And that's where AEP certainly is focused. And we at American Electric Power are very privileged and honored to be able to support this event tonight. There's no question that we have an opportunity to change the world, and all of us can do that together. So thank you again for being here tonight and supporting UNCF. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Your passion is clear, and we are so grateful for your support. UNCF is fortunate that so many sponsors agreed to support this evening's festivities. Please join me in thanking not only AEP, American Electric Power, but also Columbia Gas of Ohio, the Robert Weiler Company, and a host of other sponsors that you'll find listed in your program that have made this evening possible. Allow me to tell you who else has made this work possible. Our passionate volunteers and donors. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And we have with us this evening two exceptional young people who have believed in not only the work of educating young kids and young people, but the work of the UNCF for over 30 years. It's my pleasure to welcome right now Mr. Maurice Jenkins. Maurice as we call him, is the Executive Vice President and Chief Development Officer. He's come to the stage to talk about these two wonderful gems in our community. Maurice?
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. You know, this is the inaugural
mask ball here in Columbus. I'm just excited to be here because UNCF currently has, this is the 16th ball that we will have doing this year in terms of fundraising efforts throughout the country. So welcome to the world of mask balls and mayor's mask balls. And so I'm so excited about that. We're gonna have some fun. She'll eat. We got all this fun going on. We're gonna dance, and on top of all of that, we're gonna raise some money. And so that's what I'm mostly excited about, is raising money. For that team that I took a picture, Nick, you know, I took a picture down here of this, all of the employees, and so I will call on you all later on. But that's a cost. So I'll figure out, there's a little card on your table for me orchestrating that and making sure that you all got in the picture. It's a little cost to that. So again, thank you. The work that we do at UNCF provides over 10,000 students annually to receive support from UNCF. It made it possible each year for those students. I want to say to you that though we receive 120,000 applications per year for scholarships, but we only are able to give 10,000. So that means for every, you can imagine if you're talking about 100,000 students apply and we're only able to give 10, that's 90% or better of those young people that we're not able to give the support to. But events like this one is the events that makes it possible for us to be able to support those young men and women who attend our historical black colleges and universities. We have 37 member colleges and universities, and many of the students are right from this community and is a part of it. So at this time, I would like to call to the stage to assist me as we give out our awards tonight, the Mask Awards. I'd like to call Natalie and Nick to help me recognize our honorees tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. Our first recipient is receiving this honor tonight because she believes in the power of education. And she is a true beacon of light and hope to a numerous amount of students here in Ohio. In fact, she believes in UNCF and historical black colleges so much that she sent 4 of her beautiful daughters to one of our member institutions, Spelman College. She's very active in the community and served on our numerous boards throughout Columbus. Too many awards to announce all of the honors that she has received throughout the years for her work. Please join me as we take a look and see why we are honoring her tonight.
I know that it is a very used phrase, but it's the very best one that I can use. And I am most sincere when I say thank you. I'm so grateful to be here and to recognize all of you for coming this evening. Thank you to UNCF for honoring me and Mike. And thank you to my family, somewhere over here, and to Mount Carmel, also over here, for your support. I am like all of you so much as an advocate for UNCF and everything that it does to change and improve the lives of those who are students and their families and those that they touch as they go through their lives. My nephew is somewhere sitting here in the dark. He's going to be an incoming freshman, Joshua Duffy Cooper at Morehouse. We're happy to take him along. And you heard from a couple of people tonight that my husband and I had 4 daughters. We really have 2 sets of girls. We had 2 daughters and everything was wonderful. And then quite a surprise, and some years later we had 2 more daughters. We had twins, and we cannot imagine life without them. The oldest of the daughters never spoke much about where she wanted to go. And as high school went along, she then began to talk about an HBCU, and she began to talk about Spelman. Well, then my husband Ben found out that Spelman did not have a big endowment. It did not give a lot of scholarships, and he began to do the math. And he knew that there were 4 people that he would have to finance. So we figured this time that we bought a building or something in Spelman. You know what it means when you apply to college and you do early admission. You commit yourself early to one place and one place only, and you hope that that all works out. If not, you might have a problem. It did work out for Beth, our oldest, and it ended up that all of her sisters followed her. So they truly decided that was where they wanted to go. They could have gone other places, but Spelman was a place where they were understood, where faculty understood the abilities and the capabilities of them as women. There were no mixed messages. There were high expectations both from us and from them, and their career aspirations were not limited and they were not discouraged. Spelman is a place where girls knew they could be in charge and they could meet the challenge. Spelman was a rich experience and one which produced good people. And at the end of the day, and you can't see her again, but one of my daughters is here tonight, a Spelman grad. She's a physician here in town, and I want to applaud her and everything she learned and carried with her from an HBCU, and let her know how much we love her and how proud we are of her. So really, all I want to say is that the contribution that all of you make, the support that you give, at the end of the day, all we can leave behind is good and decent people in the world. And that's what all of us contribute to when we support and contribute to UNCF. So again, thank you. God bless all of you. And I'm very, very grateful.
I am equally pleased to present our second award for this evening to a man who has literally built this great city and has been a part of this city. He's a visionary and he's had the opportunities that is rare, and he has stepped up and has made a difference. He has been a supporter of UNCF for over 20 years, actually over 25 years, and he is always willing to help in any way that he can to provide scholars to us, scholars for scholarships. We want to recognize him for the opportunity that he has allowed and how he has given back. We want to take a look at the screens to hear more from him.
Thank you very much. I think I said a lot on that video. Probably don't want to hear me say anything else, but I meant all that I said very much from the heart. But it's really very much for me an honor and a privilege to be here tonight. It's an amazing institution, UNCF. What I talked about, remembering it as a little kid. Today in our world, business world, very important about brand building, building a brand, developing a brand. Well, UNCF is an amazing brand if you think about it. They've been building this brand. I mean, when I'm talking when I was 7 years old that I remember this from, they've been building that brand for 50 some years and a lot longer than that. But for me, and I remember, look at the impact. Can you imagine if businesses today were able to do that? So the effect UNCF had on me as a youngster and as others is incredible. And it's really, really, really an honor and a privilege for me to be involved. You feel good being from Columbus, being at an event like this, seeing all the beautiful people here that care about our city and care about our community and care about these young people that we want to provide opportunities for. It's just nice to be a part of it. It warms my heart, and I appreciate it very much. And I want to congratulate Natalie Coles. Natalie found out, her husband, their family was related to Nat King Cole, so that's where she gets her ability to, get up here and sound so impressive and put on a big party and arrange great entertainment and so on. But Natalie does a great job. This event's an amazing event. I'm on the board of UNCF, and the fact that we're able to raise this much money for the organization on an event like this, which all you make possible, Mr. Akins makes possible, the sponsors, to step up, they give $100,000 for this event, and along with many other things they give. And in today's world, there's a lot of things we can give to, all of us. God forbid, there's, you give to hospitals and you give to medical things, and God forbid any of us have needs where we have family members that are sick or people close to us, and that's obviously very important to give to. But what's more important than what UNCF does? You talk about, the hopes and the dreams of young people, and in my video, one thing that Ron did a great job on the video, but one thing he cut off on my idea was that, the kids who go into their senior year of high school, let's say quarterback of the football team, he plans that he's going to have a great senior year, and he's going to go to college and get a scholarship, which is a great plan. But let's say he gets injured. This is the part that was left out. Let's say he gets injured, or he doesn't have a good senior year, and all of a sudden the college scholarship's not there anymore. So that poor kid who dreamt of getting a college scholarship may now, be out of luck. So that's what the thing I give to every year, that's what I want to do. I want to take those kids who lose that opportunity for whatever reason and think that they're out of luck and, they don't know what they're going to do with their life now. We try to find, 3 to 5 kids every year like that who lost that opportunity and still provide them the ability to go to college. They have to be, good young people. They have to get good grades and so on. But hopefully we can, do up to 5 people every year who otherwise would have lost that opportunity. So, personally, I said I was working since I'm young, which is true. It sounds like a story. I borrowed money to go to college and law school, and when I graduated law school, I had nothing. So I owed a lot of student loans, which I had framed in my office at home, so my kids will believe me that I'm not, saying that I walk both ways uphill to school every day. But but my main goal was that when I started working, that my kids would be able to go to college or graduate school wherever they wanted to go without having to worry about paying for it. So, thank God I'm able to accomplish that. Now I give a scholarship at my college and my law school, and that's why I was very happy to be able to do the UNCF thing. And let me tell you, I went to a couple other people with the idea, and they weren't really responsive. And fortunately, I called Natalie, and she came to my office, and we met for the first time a few years ago. Now, I had given every year to UNCF on my own because, like I said, I was always impacted. But Natalie saw it right away, and she jumped right on it, and we've been doing this ever since, and we're going to continue to do it. And hopefully my kids will, unfortunately 3 of my 4 kids are at camp. My one son, who's going to come with me tonight, my wife had a little surgery, nothing serious, but she couldn't come because of that. My other son's in a tennis tournament, so he couldn't come tonight. But he just called me and he won the tennis tournament, so that's good. But granted, there were only 3 other kids in the tournament. So I just want to say, you know, that my kids hopefully will have the same impact that the commercial had on me, I will have on them, and they will always be committed to these same things, because it is true that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I just also want to pledge to all of you that one of my personal commitment, you know, this next year, I'm going to really, and you know, my word's good, and Natalie will, but I'm going to really get involved more in trying to help raise funds. In fact, my two brothers, Scott and Todd, are here tonight, and my brother Scott, you've seen him on the commercials, you know, for the lawyer. They always think that's me, but you know, he doesn't get paid unless you get paid, by the way. But my brother Scott, because we had an early on discussion with Natalie, but tonight I'm calling him out in front of all of you because he agreed to this 5 minutes ago. I don't know how many cocktails he had or not, but he agreed. He is going to match what I'm doing every year, so we'll be able to double the size of my scholarship. And we're going to work together to hopefully raise more money. And my brother Todd works with Bob and Skip Weiler and is instrumental in their giving too. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it. And I'm very, very proud and honored to be a part of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to your attention the Mask Awards. We've been giving the Mask Awards out now for 34 years. This was commissioned by Billy Aaron, the wife of Hank Aaron, when she was working for UNCF as vice president of the Southern region. And so this right here was commissioned by Brenda Singletary, and she did this for us. And she's a graduate of Morris Brown College, and she did this. So we give this out at every Mask Award, at the Mayor's Mask Balls, and the Mask Balls. So I wanted for you to see this, and you get an opportunity to come closer and look at it. It's got it's very detailed with kids, and it tells a really great story. So wanted to share that with you, the Mask Award. Thank you. And the real meaning of the Mask Award is, it means mankind assisting kindle educational dreams. That's mankind assisting students educational dreams. Right, that's it. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me for another round of applause for Mr. Michael Schiff and Kathy Espy. What a wonderful way to celebrate two amazing individuals. And we thank you for your passion and dedication to the UNCF. And to follow that celebration, we're now going to take a moment to enjoy a fabulous dessert. I might do this too. It's just hard for me to eat when I'm working, and I think I'm going to taste this. We'll be right back to hear from a UNCF scholar who is headed off to the world to do big things. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed your dessert. If you did, just put it over there. I'm going to take it right there. I'll eat it for you. My name is Jordan Harper. This past May, I graduated from Central State University. If anyone's in the crowd, for God, for Central, for State. All right. You can always tell when Central State is in the crowd. I would not be here without the help of my mother, Stephanie, and also the help of the United Negro College Fund. I share my belief that education is the most transcendent gift one can receive, and it allows us to always have a foot in the door to the future. At my mother's suggestion, I did decide to attend a historically black college. Actually, it was a demand. And I mean, she was paying for college, so taking her up on her offer was the best decision I've ever made so far. I know everyone loves their alma mater, and everyone has a strong sense of pride. But from the moment I enrolled at Central State, my life changed. There's so many benefits of attending an HBCU that I simply can't put it into words. But what I can tell you is that being a part of a student body felt like family to me. I was a part of a community. The professors, the faculty, personally invested in every student. At an HBCU, you're not a number. The class sizes are small, students struggle to adapt, but can talk to members of the university and receive support until they graduate. My HBCU provided me with a challenging academic environment, memorable social experiences, and lasting friendships. HBCUs provide inclusive environments that excel at producing contributing members of society, those unafraid to stand in their convictions, lead, and take action when needed. And I am proud to stand before you tonight and say, I am a change agent. After more than 150 years of service to the African American community, HBCUs continue to be a critical link between high schools and college. And that's why I personally thank everyone here. Can't think of it. Thank you for investing in me and the students graduating after me. If you'd like to personally invest in me, I am still looking for you now. There's some jobs out there, ADP, Columbia Gas, UNCF, anybody. But because I am a UNCF scholar, I am able to enter into a field which is unrepresented by African Americans in science, technology, engineering, and even math. Because I am a UNCF scholar, I am able to challenge the stereotype that black men raised by single mothers go to prison rather than college. I stand here tonight on the shoulders of civil rights activists who fought for me to gain equal opportunities to education. I stand here tonight on the shoulders of Sean Bell, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and Philando Castile, and other American males and other African American males that have had their opportunities stolen from them unjustly. You know, I enjoyed picking out my math for this evening, but like the great poet Paul Laurence Dunbar said, we wear this mask that grins and lies. We wear masks that grin and lies, and hide our cheeks and shade our eyes. The debt we pay to human guile, with torn and bleeding hearts, we smile. Despite the many challenges and obstacles we face in our community, I am thankful for the change agents, those fearless leaders who continue to champion our rights. I want to thank everyone who invested in me, UNCF and the other sponsors out there tonight. Because of your investment, I am here today and plan to continue the legacy and excellence of UNCF by paying it forward to others. Thank you, and God bless you, and I hope you enjoy your evening. All right. It's a fine young man. Give him another round of applause. A little housekeeping before we get going. We've got the raffle coming up, but those of you that had the opportunity to have a photo op with Sheila E., those optics will be available at the welcome station that's out front when you first came in, and that's on your way out. You'll be able to pick up your photos. They have been developed and are ready for you. Isn't that wonderful, the digital age? All right, I see many of you are filling out your annual UNCF pledge cards. If you have those, you can just drop the money right in the envelope that's inside this little folder right here, and someone will be around to pick it up for you. And now it's time to announce the winner of our raffles. So, the first winner is Justin C. Davis. And the second one is Jennifer Thomas. And those winners receive, one receives, oh, I'm going to do one more, all right? Okay, can we have our winners come to the stage, please? Stand right down here in front. Our first winner receives a gift basket from Hollywood Casino. That gift basket is worth $250, and that provides that is the winner and three of their friends, 4 individuals, to have dinner at the Final Cut restaurant, a wonderful 5-6-star restaurant here at the Hollywood Casino. The second winner receives a pair of tickets for next year's masked ball. Each ticket is worth $250. And our final winner receives a wonderful presentation from Mr. Bootsy Collins. I understand Sheila is in the room. Is Sheila Collins here? I can't see a thing. I know she's here somewhere. Sheila, how are you? Our third winner, thank you so very much. Now everyone that wore a mask on this evening, get your masks on real quick. We're going to do something real quick. What fun, by the way. Congratulations to our winners, all 3 of them. And we thank Hollywood Casino for providing that wonderful gift basket and the mask ball tickets for next year. And of course, from Sheila Collins, from Bootsy himself, who's on the mend. Hopefully he'll have an opportunity to be here on next year. So everybody, you got your masks on? Now here's what I want you to do. Pull out your phone, do a little selfie thing, or if you want to do Periscope, or if you want to do Snapchat, or if you want to go live for a few seconds on Facebook, and then send it to all of your friends and tell them exactly where you are for this evening. Come on, I want to see you get those phones out, get those masks on, take those selfies real quick. And as we do that, we'll welcome Natalie Coles back to the stage.
Please do take your pictures. Make sure that you hashtag UNCF. And please welcome Mr. Jenkins back up to the stage.
Yeah, I love this card. I'm back on the stage because I have a serious matter that I need for you all to help me with. On your tables, there is a card here that says UNCF, a mind is a trouble thing, 2 ways that you can see that. But the interesting thing about this is it says, we accept credit cards to be printed or email addresses on here. So we need everybody to participate and be a part of this. And if you would like to give tonight, and we encourage you to do so, because we can always use more money to give to our young kids. 90% of our young people who attend historical black colleges and universities are receiving some type of financial assistance. 90%. And I told you earlier about over 100,000 applicants that we get per year, but we're only able to give out 10,000 scholarships. I appreciate all that you do, you have done, and you continue to do. But tonight, I'd like if you could step up and help us. Now, I don't know where we are in our goal. Did we hit our goal, Natalie? We did not hit our goal. We're still raising money. So, I want to get down off the stage so Sheila E. can come. But I need, and I know, oh yeah, right. But what I need first is to make sure that you all take a few minutes, fill out your cards, and make your contribution. We started doing this a number of years ago because what we found was that most of our sponsors were corporations. And the corporations would invite they're either their employees or special guests. And so the special guests, we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to also give to United Negro College Fund. So we really appreciate it. If you've been to a luncheon when I was here, you know, we normally would have a choir here, and we would normally do some singing, and I would do a little bit of preaching if I had to, and we had baskets passed around, and we would collect some money. Now, I don't want to go there, Dr. Montgomery. I can call him up and I know he can bring a sermon if that's going to make it happen. Now, we're not going to stay here until it's almost Sunday. But I encourage you. So thank you so very, very much. I had an opportunity to walk around tonight and I already got commitments for next year. So if you're not able to do anything tonight, can you make a commitment tonight to Natalie to say, I'll be back here next year at a higher level. Sorry? And for those who want to give us a check tonight, that's prepared, so just raise your hand. We'll have a volunteer to come and get your information, and you can support it. So thank you very, very much. Ron is back with you. Oh, no. Natalie is going to take care of it now. Okay. Thank you so much.
We are just about ready for the legendary Sheila E. But I wanted to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for attending this evening's affair. I hope that you will enjoy yourselves and make yourselves at home as we get ready to party.